You have got to love the look of a shiny gold Magikarp. I am going to explain to you in this video how you can AFK across the entire game to get shiny Pokemon. This is so much more powerful than my previous video. Now, there are two options you can do. Number one is going to have you doing other things while you press a button on your controller, watching TV, a movie, maybe do it in your offhand while another hand is busy, or the easiest way, the simplest way, buy a turbo controller if you don't have one. This one right here on screen is an ONN model from Walmart that's going to cost you 20 bucks. It's up to you if you want to go this route. This will make it fully AFK, but this is an absolutely fantastic method, and you're going to quickly see how you can do this across the entire game. I specifically did this one because I wanted that gold Magikarp. I want that red Gyarados. I want to relive my gold and silver days. So all you have to do is pinpoint the Pokemon you would like. I wanted to have a Magikarp. So what I did is I found a location that has Magikarp. So right here, I knew Zone 2 had Magikarp. So what I did is I flew to Zone 2. Here I am. And I walked the perimeter. And I didn't have to go far. And there is a spawn here that can possibly have a Magikarp. Now, there is another Pokemon you can get right here. That's gold. I'm trying to remember exactly which one that was. But you can get another Pokemon here. And what I did is I simply walked over to this bench. And as you can see, that Magikarp is loaded. And to test it, I went ahead and I killed some time. And I just went till nightfall. Now, these cutscenes are long, so it's not going to be as fast as the other method. And then I looked and I noticed there is a Staryu. You can see a Staryu is there at night. Well, if I go over here and I rest again, my gold Magikarp is back. So essentially, what I did to force this spawn is I went and I repeatedly went to this bench. Now, how did I do this with a turbo controller? Because if you notice, when you sit here, I'm going to go and kill some time again. You'll notice that as soon as I do that, if you're spamming the A button, sadly, it doesn't get you through this cutscene any quicker. If you're spamming the A button, you'll notice you don't sit back down. All you do is take the left stick on your controller and push it down. And if you do that while spamming the A button, you can get repeatedly in and out and in and out. And you can do this in different locations. You can do this around the game anywhere where they put the anti-homeless benches. Yes, if you didn't notice, all of the benches in the game are anti-homeless benches. I don't know why Game Freak did that, what they're trying to say, but that's what they did. So you can go and find a Pokemon that you want to try to shiny hunt, and there's a bench where you can rest nearby, and you can just keep doing that over and over and over until you get the Pokemon you would like to be shiny. So for me, it was the gold Magikarp. For you, it might be something different. Now, from people that have data mined, it appears the game can hold 10 shinies. So right now you'll notice that like nothing else is really spawned in at this particular location. But theoretically, if there were 4 Pokemon right here, all 4 of them would have a chance of being shiny. And of course, you have a higher chance of one of them being shiny. Now you might be saying, I don't have the ability to get a turbo controller, or I refuse. That is where you can just put a rubber band on your controller, pressing down. You'll basically be walking into it like this, and then you can just press A absentmindedly real quick while you're like doing other stuff, watching Netflix. Now, with that being said, if you don't want to do that, you don't want to press anything, you can AFK everything in Wild Zone, well, most of the things in Wild Zone 3 and get shinies. And the AFK method in this, I've shown it in a previous video, and you'll see a bunch of shinies start popping up as I walk in. The way this method works is just get over to this door, and again, you're just going to press down. There's a shiny up here too, I think. Maybe not. All you're going to do is press down on your D-pad, and you'll go in and out these doors. But what's so cool about this is, theoretically, you can go, let's say, up to Wild Zone 4. I haven't been up here to look, but we'll just take a quick peek. If I go up to Wild Zone 4, I can just go and do a lookout for benches. And if I find a place with benches, this will be really easy to set up. Hypothetically, I think you could do this too with like a restaurant. So you could find a restaurant that would let you go in, and just like there might not be any benches here, but you could find a business that would let you in and out. And also you have to remember too to check on the roofs, because if there are Pokemon that spawn on the roofs or in the sky, that might be a shiny that spawns. This one looks like it would be a bad one because there doesn't look to be anywhere you can really rest. So it's not going to be perfect. This is a good example of where it's not perfect in the game, where you can't perfectly infinitely shiny hunt, right? But it does give you a lot of options, and I'm excited to see if people will put together lists or share good locations to do this. One location I would say that I'm interested in, probably somewhere I'm going to go once I catch my shiny Magikarp, I'm interested in this restaurant for a couple reasons. Number one, I was going to actually AFK here and do it, because there are Magikarp down here. A couple Magikarp. But there's also a Dratini up there. And on rainy days, exclusively, so it's very hard to really shiny hunt, I think, there is a chance you get a Gumi right here. And what's funny is I have a video on getting Gumi right here. And right after that video, I went down here, and I fell. And where this Weedle is, there was a Gumi. So, and it was a shiny Alpha Gumi that I couldn't catch. And I, instead of trying to do the method with the bench, which I could do right here, what I was doing at that point was I was trying to test going in and out of these doors. And I thought it didn't work, but obviously there was a shiny Gumi, so it appears to have worked. I've also done some testing, and maybe some other people have better luck, essentially. I have done testing where I try to, like, find the loading spot for Pokemon, and what I do is I get to a run, and I press one direction on my left stick, and then I slowly turn the camera, so I'm going in this, like, circular radius, spawning and unspawning Pokemon. I haven't had any luck getting a shiny doing that method, but if you have, please let people know in the comments. But again, the method with the benches, all it's going to take is a turbo controller. So sadly, you might have to buy a new controller, or you might have one already. A great thing is Switch 1 controllers work on the Switch 2. So even if you're a Switch 2 player and you're thinking, well, I don't have a controller, you might be able to find a clearance turbo controller. The last time I stopped in at my Walmart, it wasn't the model I showed. It wasn't this model, but they had a different color scheme, different brand, I think, and it was like marked down to like $6. So it's definitely available. And if you're going to shiny hunt an exceptional amount, that's probably going to be one of your better bets. Is you're going to want this in your tools.